What's up, folks? Welcome back to the channel. My name is MFozzii, and today we are continuing our Monday Custom Tactics series. So, weekend league has passed. We finished 14-3. Honestly, it was Sunday morning. I was only 2-1. Work just got the better off me. So, playing the 14 wins was all I could manage on 3 hours sleep. It just hit once you hit like the 14 wins or area, and maybe you're going to get 3 losses. It was at that point where it just becomes stressful games. But this is the team we used. We also used the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow formation, which is what the custom tactics are on today. I used this formation for the past week. Used it with a different team in Rivals, just getting used to it. I used it in the Premier League qualifiers. If you guys don't know, I haven't hit Elite on Championship. Obviously, like this weekend I didn't apply to it, but I am pushing to try and hit Elite. I used these tactics in the Premier League qualifiers, and I drew with a pro, and I lost 2-1 to a top 100 player in a competitive environment. So I think that gives credit to both the tactics and me there, you know. If you do enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like rating. Lets me know you're enjoying the content, and if you're new to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button. It means a lot to me and just helps me out on this content journey as we try to grow the channel and push out more better content for you guys. So without any further ado, as we're starting to do with these videos, we will jump right into the tactics, and we'll just pump them out for you, and then if you guys want later in the week, we can do in-depth tactics, or maybe I jump into a game or use one of those like manager boards and explain what happened with the team. But here we go. So defensive style is balanced. The width is on 6 and the depth is on 5. It just gives you a nice well-rounded approach. I had tried it on both press after possession loss and press on heavy touch, but with running the fast build up, you want it unbalanced. If you have it on any of the press formations with fast build up, man, your stamina drains and you're out of position a lot. So width is 6, and this is mainly because with it being a narrow formation. So I used to play on like 4, and you just get bombarded down the wings, and your players are so clumped together in the middle of the field. So I played around with the width a bit. 6 was a sweet spot for me. I meant that those two, the wider centre mids would actually cover the wing, and there wasn't too much gap between the players, and there's still a nice like flow for passing lanes and stuff. And depth is 5. Been running that on every formation so far. It just helps you get the ball back, helps with pressing. I would highly recommend you guys put up at least 4 or 5 depth. Don't worry about the through balls kind of thing. It will be more advantageous to you to have a slightly higher depth than it will having a lower one. As I touched on, we had fast build up. Initially I was playing balanced. Things just seemed a little bit slow. You'll see player tactics in a second where they could be adjusted, but with how it runs, you can run it unbalanced if you're a player that likes like a possession build up and a slow build up. Personally, I like fast attacking fun FIFA. That's why I felt like the fast build up was best here. So if you see, we've got width, we've put it up to 7 here. This is because there are times the fullbacks get involved, and again, you want the two sort of narrow central centre mids. You actually want them to get out a little bit. Players in box is 6. I run this on every formation pretty much. It means that your entire midfield and attack, or maybe a fullback and a centre mid stay back, it basically means that they are all going to get into the box and create many scoring opportunities for you. And I'll tell you what, I've scored. This game's been easy to score on in general and for me. And I've been scoring even more goals since I upped this. I used to have it on like 3 because that was the meta last year, but putting on 6, man. Put it on 6 on like every formation you have, and you will score so many more goals. So that's how the team lines up. As we had a Kuna starting at right back on 7 cam, we moved him across to left back, and we had a MFozzii playing right back because he's got the 5-star weak foot. Bambo was playing striker with that cracking pace with a hunter. How we can dive into the instructions. So goalkeeper instructions were balanced. As you've seen in the last video, I played with like come for crosses and stuff like that. It is all personal preference. I found it's more so I forgot to change it. It doesn't. I don't notice it that much. I think if you have a fast keeper, I would run sweeper keeper and come for crosses, because if they're fast and they can pass the ball. Keepers like passing stats are always a bit scuffed, but some are awful when it comes to it. So if they're fast and they're quick in your setup, I would run sweeper keeper and come for crosses. The centre backs, as you can expect, are stay back while attacking, and normal interceptions just fully default. Fullbacks are stay back while attacking and overlap. I have went back to using overlap. I had been using mixed for a while, but with this formation being so narrow to begin with, you want that guaranteed width. You want them to make that same wide run every single time, rather than cutting inside on. If I run on a mixed, they may actually cut into like the area Gretzka's in, for example, or into the area where Gnabry is, and you just don't want that. So Gattuso, we have a man mark, stay back while attacking, and cover wing. We haven't changed him from cover wing to cover center. I think this was key for the setup. Since I started playing last year, and I started like watching all custom tactics videos and started working on my own, cover center was the go-to for everything. And I was like, you know what, I want to try it on cover wing. I heard some people saying that if, say, your fullback gets dragged out and you have them on cover center, then you aren't as active to track it back. And this is where a video, like an actual in-depth video breaking these tactics down, could be worth doing, because Gattuso was covering my fullbacks so much more than usual, and it was fantastic. If I brought a MFozzii out, I could basically guarantee that Gattuso was going to drop in and cover that right back role because he's on cover wing, and then Goretzka, for example, if he hadn't been sitting on a run, would then slot in and drop cover Gattuso's position. It just worked fantastic. I think all my formations now, I'm going to have cover wing on my defensive midfielder who's on stay back. I also played around on man mark rather than I used to use balanced, or even sometimes I'd use cut pass lanes to try and with aggressive interceptions try and get the ball back. Man mark is working well. It's kind of, obviously it reads there, you mark up tight and stick with your opponent. I think that plays on well with the cover wing. It basically just covers space on the pitch. Sometimes if you have them unbalanced, they're just kind of there. So that's what, for all my CDMs going forward, for now at least, until some sort of meta changes, man mark, stay back, and cover wing is going to be the setup. Goretzka, saying all that, we have him on cover center. He is fully balanced across the board, and this is mainly because, as I'm saying, if my controllers, if my wing backs go up the pitch here, Gattuso's in the middle, he can sort of sweep, it's all good, he will cover them. What I then want to ensure that is basically Goretzka is going to drop in from his position and just cover the center of the pitch. This basically means if I bomb forward with my fullbacks, which I do quite a lot, Gattuso is free to cover them, basically makes a three-man defense with Koundé and Varane, and then when Goretzka is sort of covering that bit of the pitch, he just covers the center. It works well. It has a lot of transitions. They were both Gattuso and Goretzka won the ball back for me so much this past weekend. Like, it was great. Gnabry plays the other centre mid role, and he's on get forward and get into the box. So we can touch on personnel in a bit. This is basically, you want an attacking minded midfielder who can pass, shoot, score, dribble. You just want a box to box and do the job, but ideally you want an attacking midfielder with high stamina, and the only difference there compared to box to box is maybe they don't have the physical. That is it. Depay is on stay forward, and that is it. What I use Depay for in this system is that he's very much link up based. So I basically want to guarantee he's always going to be able to form that triangle, either with Gnabry and Goretzka for build up, or with Bamba and Aurora for build up. He is stay forward, link up passes, and I put him here because obviously Bamba's not very physical. Aurora has a little bit of physical, but not too much. Depay is like the most physical player out of the lot. He also has high-low work rates, so he's on stay forward, and he ain't ever coming back with low defensive work rates. It just works fantastic for build-up play. Aura is on stay forward as well, and then Bamba is on stay central and get in behind because he's high. So I'll try and explain these tactics briefly. So with Depay staying forward, Bamba has high, and he will come back more often, and then Aura is also going to be forward. So basically what I can guarantee is Aura and Depay are going to be sat like beside each other, and Bamba is just going to be up and down there. What I find this allowed me to do actually was hit the ball up, say Depay heads down to Aura, back to Depay, and then Bamba mixing for a through ball, and that you score. That is about the height of it. I think your striker tactics, they can be up to you. A lot of people like having getting behind and come back on defense. I personally didn't want any of them to come back on defense. It was basically just, if you want to come back Bamba, you can, because he has high defensive, and then the other two just basically form this little like partnership up front. Now, in regards to personnel, I mean, your back line is your typical back line. You need pace and high stamina for it. Your center defensive mid, Gattuso. Baby Gattuso is one of those, man. I packed him from the baby icon pack, it's not deemed a dub, but he is incredible in game. The man has like 92 or 94 reactions. His defensive stats are amazing. Stamina is fantastic. His only issue is actually probably his passing and his composure. His vision is good, but he has low composure. So we're going to be playing around with a different team this weekend. Gattuso probably isn't going to get in the team just because I want to try different players. But yeah, you want Gattuso, you want a box to box for Goretzka's player. attacking midfielder where Gnabry is, and then here it's just 3 attacking players. A lot of people like using wingers as strikers this year, like I do with Bamba. Some people do it with Dembele, some people do it with, I'm trying to think who else, Carrasco even. It's just basically have 3 attackers and put your most physical one in the camera on stay forward, because arguably they are the most pivotal when it comes to like your creative play. What I will say is I use D-pad tactics a lot. If I'm I have a habit of putting get into the box as a D-pad tactic on anyway. It's just part of me. I think it's like a mental thing. It's like if I put this tactic on, my players are going to attack more. What I do use though quite a lot is the attacking fullbacks option. So obviously my fullbacks are on stay back there, and I'd say for the first like 20 minutes of the game I would keep them on stay back and don't use the D-pad tactics. Get a feel for chumps, this is anyway. Get a feel for the game, get a feel for the spaces being created against that player, or if he just has a lot of pressure on you. Obviously, if he's catching you out, he has a lot of pressure. You don't want to put your fullbacks on an attack because you're just going to get absolutely rattled by him. But what I do is get a feel for the game, and if I feel like, okay, obviously with 2 more players going forward, I'm going to have Gattuso and my 2 centre backs, and then hopefully Goretzka tracks back, or maybe 1 fullback goes, 1 fullback stays. That's basically what I'm relying on. Otherwise, I'm going to get caught out. But the counter to that is, this guy's going forward, I might be able to score with him. So basically, if you're good defensively, smack on attacking fullbacks and have a field day with it. But guys, we ran a little bit longer. I know I was just explaining the personnel and the tactics a little bit more. I think gameplay is good to show it, but again, gameplay I could record like 10 games, lose 9, win 1, and be like, oh look guys, here's these tactics are fantastic. So I'd rather just speak honestly about it here and try to explain what the players do. So as I said at the start, if you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like rating. It's greatly appreciated. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and join me in the content jury. And other than that, I will see you in the middle week for another upload. So have a good one guys, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.